Welcome back. We're talking about Live to Give, obviously a great concept. And you just said something great, I think, about where sometimes people are giving out so much they deplete themselves and they can't give as much as they should be given.
Exactly. So it's like there's a fine line with everything in life, right, where we have to be careful to not give too much, because I think, I've heard stories where, maybe a kid who had battled with depression, who had been giving so much, always so concerned about others, but never took time to fill their own tank. And that can be a real challenge. And as we look at what's going on in our society with our younger kids, there's expectations of giving. If they want to be in like the honor societies, they have to give to a certain level and they have to be involved and volunteer. And they're doing, and then they forget, like, oh yeah, I actually need to take care of myself. Adults, same thing. We need to take time to fill our own bucket too. So there's kind of that whole continuum where we need to be a little careful. It's not all about us, but there has to be a happy medium in there as well. Otherwise, we won't be good for anybody.
Talk a little bit about the giveaway that you have planned.
Yeah, so in light of Live to Give, I'm going to give away a book, and this is the 7 Mindsets book that all of this is founded on. I did not write the book. Wish I would have done the research. It was like a multi-million-dollar research project, but it's an amazing research project that they put into a book that just is really awesome for adults, kids, any age really, because it's really easy to understand. The tough part is implementing. How do you win the book? Just go to my Facebook page and you can find me at Teresa Lewis, like motivational speaker is easy way to find me on Facebook. And I just ask on there today, like, what's your favorite cause? What do you get behind and support? And as long as you share a comment, you're eligible for the drawing. So
nice.
Because there's so many great causes. There's so many great organizations in our community that you can get involved in. And as I said, organizations can do this on a huge scale, or maybe it's pockets of individuals and organizations, and it's just figuring out, like, how do we get involved? And I think the best organizations are doing it really well, where they say, hey, we'll get involved in organizations that you, our team, our employees want to get involved in. What are those? And let's do that.
And you mentioned before Tom Shoes. What do they do?
Yeah, so that's, they actually, for the 7 Mindsets book, they researched Tom Shoes. Blake Mikowski, the founder of that, traveled to Argentina, realized that a lot of kids didn't have shoes, and because they didn't have shoes, they were getting infections and sometimes even dying because of these infections, all because they didn't have shoes. And he said, you know what? I'm going to do something about this. So he founded a company, which is crazy, that for every pair of shoes they sell, they give a pair of shoes away.
Wow.
To a kid who needs them. And I don't even know how many millions of pairs have been given away. Should have done that research, but I did not. But it's an amazing model. And that's, of course, huge, big scale, but a complete example of 7 Mindsets in action from like start to finish. Like taking your passion, connecting with people who can help you out, being accountable and saying, I'm going to do something with this. And there's evidence of that all the way around too. We see a lot of that evidence in businesses when we really look and see what are they doing. And sometimes they're under the radar, which is great, because it's not always about showing what we're giving. Sometimes under the radar is just fine, as long as we know that we're giving.
Live to Give. Good